The bizarre drinking habits of medieval Europe. Did you know that in medieval Europe, people preferred to drink ale rather than water, even at breakfast? This wasn't just a matter of taste, it was a survival strategy. Water was often contaminated and unsafe to drink, while ale, with its alcohol content, was considered much healthier and safer. Medieval Europe's drinking habits were far from ordinary, shaped by a mixture of necessity, superstition, and social custom. Unlike modern society, where water is the primary source of hydration, medieval Europeans relied heavily on a variety of alcoholic beverages like ale, mead, and wine. This reliance wasn't simply a matter of taste, but was deeply rooted in concerns about water purity, the nutritional value of these drinks, and their role in social life. Understanding the strange drinking habits of this era provides a unique window into medieval culture and its distinctive lifestyle. One of the most significant factors driving the peculiar drinking habits of medieval Europeans was the lack of clean drinking water. Rivers and streams, especially near towns and villages, were often polluted by human and animal waste, making water a risky option for daily consumption. Diseases such as dysentery and cholera, transmitted through contaminated water, posed a constant threat. This prompted people to turn to alcoholic beverages, which were seen as safer alternatives due to the fermentation process that killed off many harmful pathogens. As a result, alcoholic drinks like ale and wine were preferred even by children and were often consumed in large quantities throughout the day. Medieval Europeans had an extensive repertoire of beverages that went beyond just ale. The most common drink was ale, a staple of the medieval diet. It was often made in households or local breweries and was consumed at all times of the day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Because it had a relatively low alcohol content compared to modern beers, ale was regarded as a nutritious beverage, rich in calories and nutrients, making it especially popular among the working class. Mead, made from fermented honey, was another favored drink, especially among the upper classes and the nobility. Its sweetness and higher alcohol content made it a symbol of status and wealth. Mead was often flavored with herbs and spices, transforming it into an exquisite beverage for feasts and special occasions. Wine, too, was widely consumed, especially in southern Europe where vineyards flourished. However, due to the high cost of imported wine in regions with a cooler climate, it was often diluted with water and reserved for the upper classes. The quality of wine varied significantly, and medieval records show that people used terms like piment wort hippocras to describe spiced or honeyed wine, highlighting the medieval enthusiasm for flavored alcoholic concoctions. In addition to these mainstays, people in certain regions also enjoyed small beer, a weaker brew made from the leftover grains of ale production, and cider, made from apples or pears. This variety of beverages offered more than just hydration, it provided essential calories and nutrients to a population that often faced food scarcity and malnutrition. A particularly intriguing aspect of medieval drinking culture was the social role of taverns and inns, which were more than just places to get a drink. These establishments functioned as communal hubs where people gathered not only to drink but to exchange news, play games, and even settle legal matters. In fact, in many towns and villages, taverns were the centers of social life, much like modern-day cafes or pubs. They were frequented by both the high and low-born, and the atmosphere inside was often lively and boisterous. Tavern keepers were prominent figures in the community, and their establishments were subject to strict regulations, especially concerning the quality of ale and wine. An intriguing tradition involved the use of elaborate drinking vessels. Medieval Europe had a fascination with unique and often ornate drinking cups. For example, some cups were shaped like boots, horns, or even animals, reflecting the medieval taste for novelty and display. There were also communal drinking vessels like the mazer bowl, a type of wooden cup with a silver rim, which people passed around in a show of camaraderie. These vessels were often seen at feasts and celebrations, adding an element of ritual and ceremony to drinking. Another peculiar habit was the practice of toasting, which originated in medieval times. Toasting was not only a way to honor someone, but it was also believed to be a protective gesture, as many feared that their drink could be poisoned. Clinking glasses together was thought to spill some of each drink into the other, ensuring that neither party was drinking a tainted beverage. Now we know that the drinking habits of medieval Europeans were anything but mundane. They emerged out of necessity, social norms, and cultural rituals, leading to a widespread preference for ale, mead, and wine over potentially dangerous water. From the widespread consumption of ale by adults and children alike to the central role of taverns in community life and the use of distinctive drinking vessels, medieval drinking culture was a fascinating blend of the practical and the social. Understanding these habits offers valuable insight into how medieval people navigated the challenges of their world and bonded as a society. If you found these insights into medieval drinking culture intriguing, let us know in the comments what your favorite historical drink would be. Would you opt for a hearty ale, a sweet mead, or a classic spiced wine? And don't forget to check out our next video exploring daily life in medieval Europe. There's so much more to uncover about how people lived, celebrated, and survived in the Middle Ages. And make sure that you subscribe to Medieval Chronicles 1066. Stay thirsty!